Hey y'all, let's talk Quag Keep here, D&D's first novel. Andre Norton, she was a science fiction fantasy writer at the time in the 70s. Gary Gygax invites her over to watch a game of Dungeons and Dragons set in his world of Greyhawk. This is, like I said, really early on. So this is before, like, think about the Dungeons and Dragons novels now that have history of Forgotten Realms produced and the world and the lore behind it, or the history of Dragonlance, big one, with the history and the lore behind it. You didn't have any of that. So watching the game and think about how hard it is when you first started playing D&D, how hard it would be to take that down and sort of bundle that into a novel. Okay, so the novel opens with a bunch of kids playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then they get sort of sucked into their characters, which for me is a big trope that drives me in. That's what drags me into a book. That's one of the things I really like. Here's the problem with this is they don't remember their past selves. So there's suddenly these new people who actually have a history and a memory, which is kind of weird to begin with. They have a bracelet of the Dungeons and Dragons weird dice on their wrist, and that supposedly has something to do, but it's never really explained very clearly what it has to do with the actions that they take in the book, right there in the moment, so to speak. The other part of that is, since Greyhawk doesn't have the history behind it that it eventually will have, like now, Greyhawk is just there. It's just sort of this nebulous, foggy place. So first of the D&D books, it is, of all of them that I've read so far, and I haven't read them all. I've got a bunch of them back there, but I haven't read them all. As far as the D&D books go, I could understand the struggles here in trying to write this, where you probably don't wholly understand the game system, and a lot of it is very nebulous. But even there are other flaws. Like, you don't have to know the city of Greyhawk in order to have your characters remember their past, that kind of stuff, and then have it play into what they're doing in the book in the present moment. So it's an book as far as I was concerned, but like I said, it kind of holds the flagship as the very first one ever written, and that's why I really wanted to read it. But Quag Keep.